Hi Aquarius, welcome to October. Aquarius, this month you are waiting for something in order to make a decision regarding your work career or your work prospects. There could be a contract that you are looking to get into, or a contract that is coming up, or there's some sort of a proposal with regard to a work opportunity that you could be very well torn about. Like, you may like where you are currently, but also where you're being asked to go. The new opportunity also could be just as great, or maybe just a little bit better, maybe in terms of monetary gain, but there could be some issues with logistics or communication or travel. But the money might be better, slightly better than where you are at the moment. So where you are, things may be working out pretty good. It's been a pretty consistent year up until now, like solid results, consistent, persistent results, a good inflow of money. I think people definitely admire your work ethic, the way that you show up and just get the job done. You kind of just put your head down and get straight to work, baby. Get straight to work. Whatever it is that you need to do, whatever needs to get done, you just show up, you clock in, you do your work, and you line up your pentacles. And it's looking really good. I think that people admire your work ethic. I think people admire the way that you show up. I think there's a certain, I want to say wisdom, but maybe not so much more wisdom, but I think your wisdom shows itself through your experience, right? You may do a job that's physical only because we see somebody here who is doing manual physical labor. So you could be somebody who does physical manual labor, right? A blue collar job kind of a worker, right? Or also somebody who just does something with their body, a physical job. So this also could be a sports person, an athlete, um, a massage therapist, just somebody who needs to utilize their body, sort of like in a physical way, that engages their work, their body in a physical way, basically, right? So this also could be a personal trainer, as I was saying, sports massager, a sports person, an athlete, right? This could be also a representation of you, right? So I feel like your experience shows for itself. So you may not be somebody who speaks a lot, or you don't have a lot of words all the time. You're not really the talking type of person. I think you're just somebody who shows up. You're like, okay, this is how it's done. This is the program. This is what you need to follow. These are how many repetitions you need to do. Some of you also, you could maybe be dancers, because that's also something that you require your physical body a lot. It requires of your physical body a lot. So for others of you, this also, you could be like a dancer, or like somebody who moves, or even an actor. Not picking up so much actor, but really physical labor. So I feel like you're somebody who, you just show up and, you know, you have your roster, and like, okay, this is what needs to get done today. There's how many clients I'm seeing today. Client A is working on this and this and this and this are how many repetitions, and this is what needs to get done. So it's like people just trust you. People just trust that you know what you're doing. They trust that you know what you're saying. Your body shows for itself that you are a vessel of what you claim to do, right? So if you're like an athlete, you look like an athlete. If you're a dancer, you look like a dancer. If you are a personal trainer, you look like a personal trainer. So if you're telling people this is how many reps you need to do, or this is how you get this type of body, people believe you, because you are the physical representation of what it is that you show people to do, or to be, or to do. And so I feel like people definitely see that, and they admire that about you. And so the wisdom that I'm picking up more so comes up in that way, Whereas like some people may be like mentally intellectual and their way of showing up is through words and big philosophies, and just you're not that type of person. I feel like you're a more practical, physical oriented kind of person. You just show up and you do the work, and I feel like you do it so well and people love you where you are, but the money might not be as great. So there's a possible opportunity presenting itself where maybe where you're going, the money is much better, but it may require a lot of travel, a long commute to work. So the logistics may be a little bit off, but the money may be better. So you could be thinking about that, but this is also something that's not yet finalized. Maybe in the month of October, a decision is coming up, but you're waiting for communication. You may have maybe just gone to an interview, or you were approached by them and they're wanting to make this proposal. Now, for others of you also, this could be a love connection, but I'm not really picking up that much. But it may very well be also like a love connection, where somebody is maybe reaching out to make a proposal or trying to communicate to your distant families that they would like to make a love proposal to you. And they could also be going through the thinking phase where they're kind of thinking, about the logistics of that as well. But more so, really picking up more from the work front. And so I'm just seeing that this is the focus for October. So let's clarify. If God, can you show me if this is work? And if so, should they proceed forward with the new work opportunity, or should they stay behind with the previous work opportunity? Why is this coming up for Aquarius? Asking for Aquarius October 2025. Okay, so we've got the Lovers coming in reverse. Please clarify the Lovers. Yeah, I kind of feel with the Lovers coming in reverse, it might not be the right time. This might not be the right time, or this might not be the right person for you. Usually I try to avoid this kind of very definitive kind of answers. So if this is a love proposal, maybe this person, you could be on two minds about it because you may not be sure that this is really the right person for you. So you could be thinking about that proposal really, really well. And also I'm getting a scenario where, sometimes how you go on this reality shows where, you meet contestants on a reality show and you have to make a proposal and, all of that stuff. It could also be a situation like that where it's like high stress or high performative, where you are forced to make a proposal because it's TV, because it's reality TV or something, but you may have doubts within your heart that this is the right person for you or not. Right? So it could be a situation like that they're using that as an example, but that may not necessarily be the case. It could also just be maybe cultural expectations, cultural pressure, peer pressure. You could be a certain age and people could be asking, when are you getting married? When are you going to have family? Then now you could be under this pressure and maybe just kind of going through the motions of going through a proposal with someone just to appease and please the community and your peers and your family and so forth, when in the hearts of hearts you may know that maybe this is not the right person for you, or it's just not the right time. And so what they're showing me is that in this case, this is not the right time, or it's not the right person. You maybe want to give it a couple more months or a year from now. And also for the work opportunity, I am getting the same vibration as well, that maybe it's better to stay put at the workplace where you are currently because it is more familiar. You have sort of rehearsed it, practiced it, you know the ropes, you sort of really know how to do the job well there. And I think that where you are, people like you, and maybe the initial benefits of a slightly higher salary maybe may not in the long run be great for you, for this organization that you're looking to go to. let's say like you're gonna earn €1,000 more or $1,000 more than what you're earning here, and that's a big increment maybe for someone depending on your needs. But then what comes with that, like the logistics and the travel and all the other stuff, may not really be worth it. And so I feel like God, the Spirit, is saying to hold on to where you are at the moment, especially if it's not too bad, and kind of let things play out another couple of months and see if that opportunity comes back again in a couple of months or like within a year, is what I'm hearing. And if they wanted you in the first place, it's very likely that they will circle around again at some point, maybe if they don't find somebody, and they will probably come around again. So that's what I'm getting. Yeah, exactly. So with the Six of Swords, talks about leaving. And I think it's big on your mind that you may want to leave. But I feel like now is not the time. Let's do one more. Should they leave or stay? Clarify the Six of Swords. Right. They're also saying, especially for a feminine, for some of you also the marriage or the proposal could be an opportunity for you to leave. So somebody may be accepting a proposal from a possible partner as a way to leave, not because they love the person. So they're kind of aligning that maybe a little bit with deceptive or selfish intent. But it may also be out of safety reasons, right? So let's say somebody is from a culture where at a certain age they're expected that this is what they should do, or maybe it's a woman, they should be married, or should have kids by now. And so it's kind of like this proposal, maybe from someone of a different place or a different culture, presents an opportunity for them. Or it could also be somebody of the same culture, even in the same place or the same country or geography, but a different town, a different city, a different region. And so this proposal means it's an opportunity for them to get out of the house, like the family house, like finally, like, and not have to put up with their parents, or not have to put up with, all of the stuff that maybe comes with that. For others, also, it could just be an opportunity to get out of their locale, their community, their neighborhood, their town, their city, right? Because maybe they know too many people there, or there's so many eyes on them there, or and so it's like someone maybe accepts a proposal because it presents an opportunity, it presents a sort of a new beginning for them. But what is unbeknownst to the person who is proposing is that they're being used a little bit, maybe, that this person is looking for a chance to be kind of to move out. So they may not maybe necessarily be this person's true love match. But they could be aligning this opportunity for them to leave the situation that they're in, kind of, which I kind of don't like that. But I think that that may have to do with survival. It may have to do with that maybe somebody is really in a terrible situation. And so to the person who is proposing, whether male or female, it's kind of like you have to wait it out a little bit, because the lovers is reversed. So this union is not, I don't feel it like it's blessed. There's a bit of a deception. There's something about it that's not, that God hasn't given it the green light, so to speak. But you could do as you wish, or as you will. Yeah, but something about it is not of light. Please clarify the Six of Swords so we can close off this reading. And this also could be the same thing for work. I know that earlier they said that things are stable where you are, And maybe things actually may be stable where you are in terms of work. You could be doing incredibly well. But maybe you live in a culture or in a community or in a town, or you live with your parents, and because you do so well, maybe they expect certain things of you, like maybe you have to take care of them, maybe you have to, certain responsibilities and so forth. And so maybe this opportunity, which is also why they were saying logistics and travel and commuting, means that you will be further away from your parents or from your community or from your peers, your friends, or people who maybe puts pressure on you, and you'll be able to kind of work, but you'll be in a different town. So it's kind of like you're taking the opportunity in order to avoid maybe something else, maybe a social pressure or a social responsibility or familial responsibility. And so you're taking this job, which maybe has a little bit better salary, but it complicates your life because maybe it's too far away. The logistics of it just are not quite aligned, but it means that you will be much further away from maybe a situation that stresses you out or that gives you uncertainty. All right. So again, also there's a bit of deception there because you are accepting an opportunity, maybe not out of passion, but out of desperation or out of trying to survive a situation. That's what I'm getting for the work. And then for the romantic stuff, is exactly what I was saying, that someone could be accepting a proposal so that they could maybe leave the family home. Please clarify the Six of Swords so we can close off this reading. Yes, we're here to help Aquarius. Even though they don't want us to. Yeah, someone may have an abusive father. Or in the workplace, also it could be a very demanding boss or like an abusive boss. Yeah. So I think that that's what it has to do with. Yeah, I feel like there's pressure on both ends. There's also pressure from the person who's doing the proposal. And there's pressure on the person who's also being proposed to, maybe from their father's side of the family. There could be some cultural differences, honestly, I want to say. It could be like intercultural or interracial. Please clarify who's the King of Wands one more time before we close off this reading. Yeah, someone could be dealing with a loss, could be grieving a loss. This also could be a loss of a son or a loss of a child or a young adult. Others of you could be grieving a loss of a loved one. That could be a parent, mother, father, uncle, maybe. Maybe someone's dynamics that they had with their father, could also be flaring up in their relationships. Maybe it could be affecting issues with communication with your current partner. Perhaps also this could be something that's happening to you that you want to take into consideration, maybe, if that's, if it helps you. But then when it comes to the marriage, the possible proposal that I'm seeing here, I'm also seeing that There's a family that comes with a lot of drama, and the person maybe that is being proposed to, I think this is the drama and the chaos that they're trying to get away from. That could be one way that you could look at it, or that I'm being shown. And then the other way is that the person who's proposing also may have a lot of skeletons in their closet. So I feel something about this partnership or this union is not blessed. Whoever it is connecting to this, like Aquarius, you want to give something some time. Death could be clouding your judgment. Memories of a past one could be resurfacing. Unfinished healing. Childhood trauma could be resurfacing. Could be going through a particularly stressful time as well, because especially because you do your work so well, means also that you have a lot of it. And so there's a lot of expectations that are placed on you also professionally. So a vacation could be due for you as well. And give something some time. I think the greatest takeaway that I can take from here, especially being pulled into the Two of Swords, is like, give something some time. Don't do nothing in October that requires full commitment. Don't sign no contracts in October, for example, like, work related things or other personal social commitments, if you know that you are not able to commit or handle it. So I just feel like maybe October should be a month for you to kind of maybe reset a little bit, or just take a bit of a breather. I want to close this on a positive. God, would you have something uplifting? Just lift this energy up a little bit. It's really heavy. This Aquarian energy is very heavy. Yeah. Thank you, God. Take a chance. Take a chance on yourself. If you can, just take a weekend out for yourself. Just go on an adventure. Take a walk in nature. Just connect with nature. Connect with nature. Speak to God. Just give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks, and just give thanks to God. Just be grateful. Just try to be jolly. I don't know how, but just try to do the things that bring you joy. Just take some time. Take some time out. Take a chance on yourself. All right? Because I feel like you always show up for others a lot. As they were saying, you take on a lot of responsibilities. But, take your dogs out for a walk. Just just do some fun things for yourself. All right? In October. I'm not saying right now, but you could do it right now too. But in October, just plan some time for yourself. If you live in the northern hemisphere, the cold, dark winters are coming up. So you definitely want to make sure that you are recharged, that you're rested. And then we'll see. We'll see what happens later on in the other months. And I'll check in with you guys again. But for now, I just want to say, give something some time. Take some time. Don't rush into anything. I know the Fool is typically known to take chances and take leaps of faith, but I feel like you want to take a leap of faith and kind of bet on yourself a little bit this month, and just kind of give things time a little bit more, and just kind of let things kind of align and fall into place. All right, so that's it. That's all I have here for you guys, Aquarius, for October. I'll see you guys very soon.